Good
While I am
afternoon.
So
And we're
I
ready to
am
getting my
start.
screen
Shannon.
in
my
place,
I up to
yes,
you.
you have the you're gonna host.
Uh, share the screen. So beginning.
Hello, everyone that's on. We're going into our second round of the webinars. So I'd like to welcome everybody that's rejoining or whoever's new. Uh, Today we're talking about the fundamentals of a small business ownership, different tax strategies, accounting, marketing, and operations. So, fundamentals of a business ownership. What is a small business? It's it went too fast, Andrew. Importance in the economy, and as we are working in the times of the day, small businesses are really a big part of our economy. There's different types of small business that we have. People talk about LLCs. When we were in the pandemic, people were like, open up an LLC, this and that. But there's some questions, and we're going to watch a video in a second about the different types of business structures there are and some of the um, pros and cons. And then the definition of a small business. A small business is just that, a small business. You can have over, I think it's 100 employees, and it depends on what industry you're in. It'll also go by your gross sales and stuff like that. Next slide, Andrew. The entrepreneurial mindset. When you decide to be an entrepreneur, you have to have vision and be able to take some risks. Being an entrepreneur is not for the weak. You have to be able to be strong. You have to have adaptability and resilience. You have to be able to goal set and be self-motivated. Because if you don't get up out the bed, then um, you don't get out the bed, then the business don't run. So you have to be self-motivated. Next slide. Now, here's 10 steps. Can you move it over one more, Andrew? There you go. Here's 10 steps to opening up a business. You have to conduct your market research. So you have to find the perfect spot for your business. And if your business, wherever your business is located, you have to make sure that the market will um, be able to support your business. You can write a business plan. In this Ignite Illinois, we do have some partners that are here to help people with business plans. Then you have to fund the business. You have to have some funding in order to get the business off the ground. You could pick up, and all of these steps you can be doing them simultaneously. You don't have to do them one after another. You pick your business location, you choose a business structure, choose your business name. You got to register your business. You have to get your federal and state tax IDs. Those are the numbers that will be like your social security number for your business. You have to apply for a license and permits. You have to know the local licensing and permitting, all of those requirements. And then lastly, you open up a bank account. Next slide. The next slide is going to be the video. So let's take a look at the video. Marion, can you mute your phone? Andrew, I don't think that's the right video, so can we just stop it and I'll get you all the right one? Okay. The next thing is the role of the different tax strategies that are available. You have tax obligation, federal, state, and local. So some business, like we have restaurants that are in some municipalities that charge taxes also. So you have to make sure that you know about the different tax obligations that your business will have when you're starting up your business. Again, selecting the right business entity for tax purposes. I'm gonna get the video, the one that I watched. It talks about the pros and cons of using the different um, business entities or business structures. Um, common deductions and credits. Again, the IRS have publications. I think it's 525, and basically it's for the Schedule C, but it'll tell you all about the different deductions and credits that you can use as a business owner. And then you have to keep accurate uh, financial records, making sure that you are able to, if you have an audit, making sure that if you're able, if an audit happens, you're able to um, verify your numbers and everything. And then in this, when you're doing the tax strategy, you should work with a tax professional. A lot of people like to say, I can do this, I can do that. But remember, when you're starting a business, you have the idea and no one else can um, execute your idea. So you have to be able to work with tax professionals in areas that you're not very uh, well versed in. Next slide. The fundamentals of small business accounting, and we will have someone that's gonna go over accounting in the upcoming webinars. Again, accounting is accounting. You're gonna have to know the key accounting principles, which we have cash versus accrual. You have to set up your bookkeeping systems or system. You, understanding financial statements. A lot of people don't know what a P&L is. A P&L is your profit and loss statement. It tells you if you made a profit or if you made a loss. So you have to understand in the balance sheet, you have to know what your assets and your liabilities are so you can actually know if your business is actually a sound business. Then you have your payroll and your sales tax considerations. Again, sales tax in the cities or states that you are in, you have to make sure that you're actually following the restrictions and the rules of that state as far as sales tax and stuff. Again, here we are hiring an accountant versus your DIY. Again, you may know a little bit about it, but you may want somebody that's very well versed in the actual accounting area to be on your team. Next slide. The power of marketing. Everybody knows you have to get out and sell and market your business. In that part, you have to define who your target audience is. You have to do branding and online presence, traditional and digital marketing, social media, and content strategies. And I know Mark was on here and he talked about some of the things that he did in this part on marketing. Mark, would you like to give us a little bit of some of the strategies you used? Is he still? Oh, it looks like he dropped off. But yes, he talked about he did a lot of branding and online presence the last time. So you have to know how to reach your audience. Next slide. Sales and customer relationships. We have to know who our customers are. And once we find out who our customers are, we have to be able to be that salespersons to make sure that they are the perfect fit for our business. In which, in doing that, you build your customer loyalty. Well, the business that I'm in is in income tax preparation. And when I started out, I may started out with maybe I'll say 75 clients. Um, and once I gave them the good customer service, now I have over 450 clients, around 450 clients. And I'm steady getting people. I'm known as the income tax lady when I'm out in the public. Everybody, that's my income tax lady. I'd be like, how you doing? So people like um that you give them that good customer service. And some of the things that we do for loyalty, we give them discounts. So you just have to figure out how you can merge your customer service with building customer loyalty. Next slide, please. Business operation. When you're starting up a small business, you're going to be the main person to go to and all of that. So in that, you're going to have to set up your standard operating practices or procedures because you don't want to get burnt out because you're going to have the day-to-day management, the technology and automation. Technology, you can have technology issues. You have to kind of come up with some automation systems where you can kind of get things to run on its own. Then there's your hiring and training employees. Again, business operations or your are very important for your business because you want to actually concentrate on I got the business together. I got my management team set up. I got this set up. I got that set up. So you want to actually make sure that you're out there selling the business and doing whatever you need to in order to make your business successful. Next slide. Challenges and risk management. Um, Some common small business challenges or funding. That's always a big one. People when they start a small business, they have to continuously keep money coming in order for the lights to stay on. So you have to make sure that that you're doing everything that you can in order to make your business survive. Business insurance, you want to make sure that somebody will say, I'm gonna sue them. I fell on their property. You want to make sure that you have enough insurance to cover anything that may happen or may go wrong in that. And then contingency planning. If something happens to you, who's gonna run the business? Who's gonna be the next person, the next go-to person? You have to put all of that planning in place when you have a small business. Next slide. Growing and scaling your business. Again, this is another topic that we're going to go into deeper when we get into further down into the webinars. Um, Growing your business, you have to identify growth opportunities. Say, for instance, you are in one business and your business may complement something else. So you may have to go and network with other business owners and say, okay, your business and my business, they're kind of things that will bounce back off of each other. So why don't we partner and do this opportunity or that opportunity? Funding opportunities, you may have to go get some loans. Justine Peterson is in the business of loan making, so you may have to talk to one of the business counselors at Justine Peters. You may have to get you some investors. Make sure when you talk to investors, everything is written out to say you are this type of investor, this if you have voting rights or non-voting rights and stuff like that. So you have to make sure, again, when we talked about setting up your structure, you have to know if you can add investors and all of that. And then there are very few grants for-profit businesses, but for-profit businesses can also provide services to nonprofit business where they can be a part of a different fund, that can be a different stream of revenue for your small business. Again, expanding your team. You may have to get uh, other people outside your team, like doing a sales rep in order to get inventory out and stuff like that. You should not be the only person running everything in the business. And then you have to come up with new markets and diversification. So that means that you may have to um, say, okay, I didn't want to go into this market or I didn't want to diversify into that industry. But again, you have to look at how would this benefit my business. Next slide, which I think is our final slide. Um, some of the key takeaways is we have tax strategies is critical for profitability. Again, accounting, that is your financial foundation. And marketing drives your customers' acquisition. You have to get out and market your services, and your operation will keep your business running effectively. Does anyone have any questions?
I came in late. So does this organization provide all of these services? The Income Tax Center?
Well, what we do income tax preparation, accounting, and some kind of financial forecasting and business consulting.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So where's your business located, Katie?
I am in O'Fallon, Illinois.
Okay. Okay, so do you know all of the what do I want to say? All of the different services that are available through Ignite Illinois?
Um, I'm just trying to get up to speed on it. So I was supposed to be hearing back about my taxes. Um, And I do want to do some business strategy and tax planning because that's a big area of opportunity for me. So I'm just kind of waiting to hear back on that. If I can get that in order, that would be really great.
Okay, did you start off with Peyton? Have you talked with Peyton?
Yes, I think so. I've emailed some, let me see. I want to say yes.
Okay.
And the last I heard, I was wait. I mean, today is the deadline, but I started this process quite some time ago, and the last I heard, I was waiting for a meeting or something for them to decide whether or not they're going to move forward. So that's the last I knew.
Okay, Yolanda, can you follow up with Peyton and see where Katie sits? Because there's through this Ignite Illinois, there's a lot of services like you can get credit counseling, business planning, help with business plans and all of that. So
Right.
Yolanda, can you make sure that we follow up with Peyton or Cameron?
I can do so as well because I know that Yolanda is actually
I will. I'm trying to
kind of somewhere right now. So
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check with Peyton, Katie.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions or I'm sorry about that video, but I'm gonna make sure I get the correct video to Andrew so he could send it out to everybody. And Katie, have you started your business already?
Yes, my business has started. There's some things that have kind of made it difficult, so I'm just trying to get kind of revamped so I can move forward better. But yes, it has started. It's a virtual situation. I work from home, publishing books and things like that, and just yeah. So
Okay.
I've done well with what I've published, but I need to do better than where I'm at. So.
Okay. So had you already figured out your business structure and all of that?
It's an LLC, but I do want
Okay.
to talk to someone about I just want to kind of revamp. I want to look at what I'm doing, see if there's a strategy there that can help me improve, um, and go from there. So I feel like if I get a more solid foundation, when I started it, I wasn't as sure about things as I am now. It's just been a few years, and I feel like I have a better grasp of like what I'm trying to do and where I want to go. Where before I was like I was good with publishing and writing and books, and I knew that, but the business aspect I was not as well versed in. So now that it's been a few years, and I kind of I'm kind of at the point of dang, I wish I would have known this, or like that
Mhm.
type of thing. I kind of just want a refresh, and so I can move forward with feeling more solid about my business plan and where I can take it. I'm almost afraid at some of the opportunities that I'm missing, and then I've been doing well as far as like critical like reviews and things like that from the industry. I've had some recognition from some like networks on some things that I'm doing. I'm afraid like something huge is going to come through and my structure is not right. So you know what I mean? I want to
Mhm.
succeed and do what I know I can do, but I need to make sure my foundation is stable before I start building more and more on top of it. So
And I'm not trying to pick on you. Did you
that's
did
okay.
you kind of start this during the COVID season?
I did, but it was kind of weird because I knew I was going to do it. COVID was kind of just it happened on top of me. I had been in the publishing industry 10 years
Okay.
already, trying to break through as an author. I finally got fed up with a lot of things and I was like, I can do this, I'm out. So it wasn't really just like a COVID, I want to do it. It was like I was already on the brink of I'm tired of this anyway. Um, and I want to start my own publishing company. And that happened right as COVID kind of fell on my neck. So that is part of why I just didn't have like access to the infrastructure part of it. Like I said, I knew the writing part. I know how to make a good book. I know how to do all those things. And I've done that well. But the business aspect, just not having the ability to set that up the way I needed to. Some things happened and during that time, you know how snowfall comes and it's an avalanche. So I was just hanging on, but I'm in a better place now. And like I said, I just really want to get this, I want this to be where I know it can be. So,
Okay. And the reason I ask is, again, like I said during the presentation, was that a lot of people say, set up a LLC, set up a LLC during
yeah.
COVID. And when they set it up, there's things to it. You could set up a LLC,
Mhm.
but do you know if you're a single member LLC, or do you have partners that you're going to use, or do you have shareholders that you're going to use? Whereas you could be a
Yes.
LLC,
Mhm.
but that's a S corporation. So yeah, it's a lot of things that when people are starting out, they know what they're doing with the business, but you still need that foundation on making sure your structure and stuff is solid.
Exactly. And that's why I say, I really want to go over what I've got with someone. I'm a face-to-face person. I'm almost 50, so all this online stuff, like, I mean, I need to sit in front of someone. Here's my documents. This is what I'm doing. This is how I work better. So that's where I'm trying to hopefully get to. I did talk to someone about business planning. I don't know what happened with that. We had a meeting and I was supposed to hear back. So I'm just, like I said, I know I'm talking a lot. There's other people on here, but I don't have a lot of time to be playing. Like I'm trying to get stuff done and moved forward and questions answered, and that's who I am. So
Okay. Well, you're like the perfect client that we need for this Ignite Illinois. So Cameron, I'm pretty sure she's gonna follow up and make sure whatever services you need that you'll get them.
okay, I appreciate that.
Okay.
That'll be great. Thank
Okay.
you.
Is anyone else have any questions? Need to know more about what's going on with the program or anything? Okay. Then Andrew, I think we're done. I'll get you that video that we can send out to everybody.
Sounds good. All right, there's nothing else, everyone. Well, this will be posted on uh YouTube, and I will send out the PowerPoint slides to everyone who's on here right now, and we'll get the correct video from Ann later.
And if you know of anyone that may need the services that are provided through the Ignite Illinois grant, please contact, who should they be contacting, Cameron?
You're on mute. Is it Peyton? And she'll direct everybody to.
They can contact Peyton or they can contact me and I'll let Peyton know. I'll put my contact information in the chat.
There you go.
Okay, so we'll get everybody a chance to get the information out the chat.
Here we go.
There.
All right, if that's it, everyone, I hope you have a good rest of the day and the rest of the week. And see you all next week.
Thank you
Thank
very much,
you.
Ann.
All righty.
Take
Bye,
care, everyone.
guys.